Now, I request Shri Anuj Bansal ji and Shri Vineet Pitti ji to present IFA's recap of day 1 and brief everyone on an insightful presentation.
A very good morning to the esteemed guests, distinguished colleagues and friends. I am Anuj Bansal, welcoming you all to the SteelX Green Steel Summit 2024. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today at this momentous gathering, organized by IFA Sustainable Steel Manufacturers Association. This summit marks a pivotal point in our industry's journey towards a sustainable and a greener future. And I'm deeply grateful to each one of you for being here to contribute to this vital event. At the onset, I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guests, whose presence underscores the significance of this summit. We are honored to have Shri H.D. Kumar Swamy, Honorable Union Minister of Steel and Heavy Industries. We are equally privileged to be joined by eminent personalities like Shri Balasubramaniam Prabhakaran, Managing Director, Lloyd Steel, Shri Shailesh Bhandari ji, MD Electrotherm India Limited, Shri Yogesh Mandhani, President of IFA, and Shri Kamal Agarwal, Secretary General of IFA. Your leadership and dedication to the steel industry are truly inspiring. As we gather here today, it is worth reflecting on the remarkable growth of the steel industry in India. In FY24, our crude steel production reached a staggering 143.6 million metric tons, a significant 13% increase from the previous year. Sustainable steel manufacturers have been at the forefront of this growth story. This dynamic industry is a cornerstone of India's economy, contributing nearly 40% of our total steel production. Beyond its impressive output, it supports approximately 5 million households through both direct and indirect employment. As a matter of fact, the recycling route employs approximately 70,000 people directly or indirectly per million tons produced through this route, which is significantly higher than the employment generated by the iron ore route of steel making. Hence, this sector not only fuels our growth, but also sustains countless families, showcasing its critical role in our nation's industrial and economic landscape. While the world average steel consumption per capita stands at approximately 220 kilograms, India's average is close to just 90 kilograms. As can be seen, China is at 645 and Japan is around 450. So, this disparity highlights a vast potential for growth and increased consumption, presenting both an opportunity and a challenge for our industry.
Thank you, Mr. Anuj, for giving us an overview of the steel industry. And to shed further light on the same, the induction route manufacturing sector can rapidly respond to capacity demands, offering a sustainable solution that aligns with our net zero carbon emission targets. In recent years, the recycling industry has demonstrated a heightened focus on quality, leading to increased exports of products ranging from rebars and pipes to stainless steel. Good morning, everyone. I am Vineet Pitti, representing IFA today. With this brief, we would like to bring to attention the possible collaboration opportunities with the government institutions and the industry to ensure we achieve the collective goal of 300 million tons by 2030. Through this summit, we seek to engage in meaningful dialogue with the Government of India, requesting your support to achieve our steel production while maintaining a commitment. We believe that with your assistance, we can address these key challenges and unlock new opportunities for growth. In respect of your time, Honorable Minister, we present to you 5 collaboration opportunities that can lead, if executed, to at least 50 million tons growth in the next 5 years.
Honorable Minister, the first one being defining of green steel. On behalf of the Induction Furnace Association, we kindly request the Ministry's support in defining clear criteria for green steel making. As induction furnace predominantly uses recycled steel scrap, they offer a significantly lower carbon footprint compared to traditional methods like BF and BOF routes. Establishing such criteria would not only highlight the greener potential of the induction furnace sector, but also empower us to contribute more meaningfully to India's decarbonization goals. The European Union has taken a lead by designing the CBAM and initiate discussions globally. which now presents India an opportunity to become a pioneer in defining green steel standards. Some parameters have been listed on the slides, which can be used as parameters to define green steel.
Securing raw material, sustained recycling of steel. Scrap consumption in global steel making is anticipated to rise by 35 to 40% by 2030, which highlights the growing importance of this field. In financial year 24, India consumed around 33.5 million tons of scrap for steel production, representing about 26% of the entire scrap mix. Looking ahead to FY30, the demand for scrap is projected to reach 47 million tons, but India is expected to generate only 42 million tons, which leads to a shortfall of 5 million tons. And there are two ways that this gap can be addressed. Number one, by increasing imports, though the quality may decline due to the emerging protectionist measures, and relying on growing imports will not serve as a strategy for India to be globally competitive. Number two is effective and rapid implementation of vehicle scrappage policy, which has the potential to add 6 million tons to the domestic supply in the coming years. We advocate strongly for the organization of steel's scrap sector and swift implementation of this policy.
So one of our important collaboration opportunities is the use of green steel in government undertakings. Honorable Minister, sir, we deeply appreciate the ministry's progressive step of eliminating the distinction between the iron ore and recycling routes of steel making, ensuring a level playing field for all manufacturing routes, provided adherence to the Bureau of Indian Standards. However, we continue to face challenges in seeking approvals for government infrastructure projects like railways and RDSO projects, despite full compliance. A mandate for the use of green steel in government infrastructure projects would not only streamline these processes, but also significantly contribute to India's decarbonization goals, aligning with the vision of a greener, more sustainable future. While our industry represents 40% of the finished steel output, we demand for at least 20% of its usage in every government undertaking across the nation. Next is our request for support in designating steel clusters of the nation. Steel clusters, sir, act as the building blocks of all the metropolitan cities which thrive and invite other economic activities. To foster their growth, we seek your support in improving their logistical connectivity. Over 80% of the finished steel products manufactured through the IF route travel through roadways, which is the most expensive mode of transportation. The steel clusters must be connected to the consumption centers through efficient logistical network like rails and multimodal logistic parks to reduce the cost of final goods to the customer. This will also enable enhancing productivity of manufacturers, which acts as a continuous cycle of improvement for the industry. This will also assist in lowering the carbon footprint, aligning with our sustainability goals again. Each of these clusters can thrive well with an R&D facility, sir, with all advanced lab testing facilities, workshop equipment, etc. This will promote innovation and commercial viable solution like that of incorporating hydrogen for further use.
Root cause of carbon emissions is the source of power generation. Steel industry contributes to about 10% of the greenhouse gases generated in India. To achieve the 300 million tons by 2030, and to ensure we deliver on the global commitment of carbon emissions, we invite the Honorable Minister to consider working with us on power generation through renewable sources. While we are significantly lower in CO2 emissions as compared to the traditional routes of steelmaking, there is a good scope of lowering it even further. As the induction furnace route is power intensive, the sources of power generations are of paramount importance. Since our sector is largely dependent on thermal power, a shift to solar and wind energy would help in reducing our carbon emissions drastically. To promote the use of green energy, we seek power incentive schemes, including the removal of cross subsidy and wheeling charges in open access. Your support in these areas will greatly enhance our sector's growth and sustainability. Additionally, the cost of energy remains a significant concern for manufacturing sector. We are hopeful that addressing such concerns will enable the steel industry to be globally competitive and contribute at a larger scale. To conclude, sir, on behalf of IFA, we invite the Honorable Minister and all the dignitaries to participate and create an environment that is conducive enough for us as India to reach the goal of 300 million tons and thrive as steel industry. These 5 opportunities, which we all can see on the slide, will contribute to additional 50 million tons in the next 5 years. Thank you once again, sir, for your presence and participation. Let us embark on this journey together with determination and optimism to build a greener, more sustainable steel industry. Thank you.
Thank you for the informative and insightful presentation. Next, I would like to invite Shri Bala Subramaniam Prabhakaran ji to share his thoughts on the prospects and future of the steel industry.